Hi BookTube. Today I want to talk about All Our Yesterdays by Cristin Terrill.
I got my ticket for the long way round. 2 bottle whiskey for the way.
I picked this up as an ebook the other day and started reading it and quickly realized that I needed to own this book. This book is about time travel, and it's time travel done brilliantly. I loved it. It is well written. The dialogue is smart, it's fast, it's funny at times. There's a little splash of romance going on, which I always like, but that doesn't overtake the story. The story is non-stop action. I couldn't put it down. I read it in one sitting. It was that good. The characters are really well defined. I love books about time travel, and I actually love the whole idea of time travel in general. I listened to Einstein's biography by Walter Isaacson on audio. I got a whole education all about the theory of relativity from that book. I've also read some other books about the theory of relativity. Then I've also listened to Brian Greene talk about string theory, and I've read a lot about that too. So I'm a little obsessed when it comes to time travel, mainly because I wish I could do it. This book is wonderful because it does time travel right. One of the traps that many storytellers fall into is they make a lot of rules about time travel, but then they don't stick to them. They break their own rules. And so then you end up with gaping plot holes. This book avoided all that. And it avoided all that expertly because Cristin Terrill set up some rules and she stuck to them. What a concept. So let me tell you a little bit about the plot and the book in general. It follows 4 basic characters. They are M, Marina, James, and Finn. M is 20. She is a prisoner in a government facility in a cell that has a drain. And so she gets it open and finds in it there is taped a little plastic bag with a very old piece of notebook paper. Now the interesting thing about this notebook paper is that it has 14 things on it that are all crossed out with something written at the bottom. She's never seen it before, but it's in her handwriting. It's from previous times that she has traveled through time to accomplish a certain task. Well, the bottom thing says, "You have to kill him." M has been in this cell for a long time, and the only person that she has had to talk to is the unnamed boy in the cell next to hers. They have both been tortured by a very bad man known as the Doctor. So she knows she's got to go back in time and accomplish this task. So that's M. Then we have Marina. Marina is a 16-year-old high school student, and she goes to a private school in Washington, D.C. She's from a very wealthy family, and she's a little bit shallow, a little bit immature, and she's in love with her next-door neighbor, who is James. They've known each other their whole lives. They were childhood friends, and now James goes to her private school also, but he is also working with a professor at Johns Hopkins University because James is a bit of a prodigy. So he's working on some calculations, but we really don't know much about those. Finn is their mutual friend. Finn is kind of the guy that Marina wishes would just go away and leave she and James alone because she wants this relationship with James and she wants him all to herself. She finds Finn really annoying, and Finn is charming. He is charming, he's endearing, so he's their friend and he figures greatly into the story. James has a brother named Nate. Nate is a congressman, and this is a big deal. And Nate and James are both orphans. Their parents were killed in a car accident years earlier. The story follows these 4 characters and is told in 2 points of view, one from M's and one from Marina's, who are both observing the action as it happens. And I am not kidding. This book is non-stop action. It is full of mystery and intrigue and government agents doing bad things and good things and good people that you're not sure if they're bad or maybe they're not bad. Maybe they've got good qualities, but they're bad. This is all of that. I loved M because M, while she's a very gritty character, she's very driven, she's focused, she knows what she has to do. She's also overcome with compassion at times. She's a very tender heart, and she's a very protective person when it comes to those that she loves. So she tends to be a little conflicted, but at the same time, she's really, really got what it takes to get the job done. James is brilliant. He's not just brilliantly written, he's a brilliant character. I mean, he's like really smart. He changes so much within the course of the book that you kind of can't even recognize who he is from the start of the book to the end. It's an amazing, amazing transformation. Finn, I absolutely adored Finn. He was my favorite character because he's endearing, he's a little bit funny, he is strong, he's a very loving character. And then Marina, she really changes and she really grows throughout the story. She starts out as this shallow little rich girl who is just, she's got really catty friends. She judges people based on the way they look and she doesn't really take much else into consideration. And then she starts to grow up. She starts to realize, having been put in these extreme situations, that there's more to life than what she saw. So, really, really great plot, great characters, well written. And here's a little bit about the whole time travel aspect. This may get technical simply because I love time travel and I'm kind of a geek about it. But, like I said, a lot of authors tend to make mistakes because they set rules and then they break them. Or they encounter the absolute undeniable problem with time travel, which is paradoxes. The classic one is, I was born, I go back in time, I kill my grandfather's now dead, so how could I have ever been born to go back in time to kill him? Yeah, kind of complicated, huh? Well, this book alleviates the paradoxes, and it does it in a very inventive way by creating two basic rules. The first is that time is somewhat sentient, and the second is that time is not linear. And probably the easiest way for me to explain this is just to read you from the book the way that Cristin Terrill explains it. So let me just do that. Basically, time and space are really one thing, a kind of giant film stretched across the universe called space-time. Well, that's Einstein right there. Dense objects warp the fabric of space-time, like the way a trampoline dips when someone stands on it. If you've got something heavy enough, like insanely heavy, it can punch a hole right through. Well, in the future, the government develops this massive particle collider. When they slam the right subatomic particles into one another under the right conditions, the particles hypercondense on impact and become heavy enough to punch a tiny hole in space-time. We came through that hole. Brief pause here. There is actually something in the real world. It is the Large Hadron Collider in CERN, Switzerland, and scientists are trying to bash subatomic particles into each other to prove the existence of the God particle, which actually I think they've done. So this is a real thing, but I'm not sure that you can punch a hole in space-time. This is fiction. It's a paradox, but the thing about time is that it's not actually linear the way we think of it. This person I once knew, he had this theory about time, that it had a kind of consciousness. It cleans things up and keeps itself from being torn apart by paradoxes by freezing certain events and keeping them from being changed. Action, like us doing something to stop the time machine from being built, sticks, while passivity, us never coming back to stop the machine because we couldn't make the trip, doesn't. When we do what we do to have to destroy the time machine, it should become a frozen event, safe from paradoxes. I love this. Thank you, Cristin Terrill, for brilliantly solving these problems. Now, the thing is, she not only solves these problems, she sticks to these rules so that within the course of the book, you don't have these gaping plot holes where you think, wait a minute, how did that happen when this happened? I love the way she did this. I cannot rave enough about this book. You should definitely pick it up if you love time travel, especially, but also if you love dystopia, if you love political intrigue, if you love mystery. Any of these reasons are a great reason to pick up this book. 5 out of 5 stars from me on Goodreads, and I hope that you'll enjoy it just as much as I did. So that's my review for All Our Yesterdays by Cristin Terrill. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
And I sure would like some sweet company, and I'm leaving tomorrow. What do you say? When I'm gone. When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss me everywhere. Oh, you're gonna miss me when